What is up, everybody? Welcome back to From the Crypt, the podcast where Derek and I discuss all kinds of shit, all kinds of things, all kinds of music and movies, and recently video games. And this week, we're going to be discussing a movie that was heavily influential in the making of a game that we've been playing. And we'll definitely be getting into that here in a minute. But first, Derek, how you been? What you been up to?
I've been sick and tired still, and it sucks because now Karen has it, and like if mine was like the normal version, hers was the super ultra max on fucking steroids and HGH version. Uh, Jacob's got his own issues going on right now. Yeah, have not played a lot, especially considering people, I don't know, get pissed off and get off before I even get on.
Hey, in fairness, that night we were playing for like 3 hours.
Sweet.
We were playing for like
love
quite a
to
bit.
fucking hear it.
You could have just left work and joined us, but
No, I can't. I gotta save that time. Oh, but yeah,
there were server issues all day. Like even when we got on, like you were seeing in the chat, we had server issues pop up.
Yeah,
that was super frustrating, and so it is what it is. I mean, we had a couple good games, but yeah, towards the end of it, I think my brain was just getting fried, and I was like, dude, I'm trying so hard to stay cool right now. I'm trying so hard. And when I have to start trying to stay cool, that's when I'm like, all right, yeah, you're not having fun right now. You need to get off for a little bit.
yeah. No, let's just talk about it for a little bit. Very, very little bit. The balance update has kind of shat on the game.
Well, did you put air quotes on balance?
Well, that's what they wanted to call it. I didn't realize it was that possible to ruin like a fun time in a game that quickly with one patch. And I just want to also just get this out in the open because I'm not even level 20 yet. I'm still like level 16. To all the people on Reddit that are saying, "Oh, just get good, just get good." Why don't you just get fucked? Okay?
Yeah.
Because some of us don't have days upon days to dump into this game. So like Jacob, for instance, what Matt said, he played like 2-3 hours every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, which you know that's awesome. That's awesome, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying some people don't have that fucking time because I think I'm still only at like 16 hours played because I have a life. So the next time you feel inclined, and this hasn't happened to me, it's just I've been hearing a lot about it on YouTube through Cloud Plays, which he's got great coverage on Helldivers too. So if you guys want to stay up to date with everything, I would definitely recommend following his channel. But yeah, all the get good players, just get the fuck out. Go slit your wrist, get pissed, and jump off a bridge. Okay, you are just toxic and just end of rant.
Yeah, it's been rough, dude. The spike in difficulty has just been kind of grinded on me, you know. And it is what it is. Like, I know it is a difficult game and it's meant to have some difficulty curve, but that's why there's like 9 difficulties, for fuck's sake, and we were only on hard getting our shit pushed in. So
which we were playing at Suicide Mission and higher. Like, I mean, we even escaped on Helldive. Well, at least the one time.
No, we done Helldive a couple times, even without. Oh, I guess without you maybe. But I know we had done a few Helldives, and we were not having nearly as much issues as we were on hard.
Yeah,
for this.
And I saw a picture that somebody posted that they were playing on challenging, and I'm not even joking. There was 9 freaking Hulks.
Yeah.
At the end. 9. Like, come on. You literally take away like, this is what makes no sense because it doesn't seem like the guns were balanced. It just seems like what was really bad got bumped up a little bit. What was really good got knocked down to being not very good. And then they also increased the number of just bugs. Because I'm serious. When extreme and higher, and we'll just say Suicide Mission. I do not remember getting my shit pushed in that freaking hard.
No.
And actually having not a lot of time. It's not like, oh, I got all this time on my hands. We're playing on easy. I can do this and this and this. But no, we would have like little moments to like regroup and just get refocused. But whereas when we were on hard, yeah, it couldn't do a goddamn thing.
Just to put some perspective on this, all right, when you look down at the map and you're deciding on where you're wanting to go to drop or whatever initially for the mission, we were doing a bug hole mission. All right, me, Toby, I think that random guy that we had, and my buddy Skylar, or I think that was the group. I don't remember, but we're looking down at this map and we're seeing the hot spots, okay? And we wanted to, and obviously there's fog and shit, and covering it from the spore or whatever, but you can kind of see the red glow coming around where the hot spots are, right? And we could see a patch of 3 hot spots, like right clustered up next to each other. And we're like, okay, perfect. That's where we need to go, because the bug hole missions, you gotta go. It's only like 12 minutes. You just gotta go, close bug holes, get the hell out of there. Well, I was like, okay, let's drop over here so we can land, get our shit real quick, regroup, and then get to the bug holes as fast as possible without getting too heavily swarmed when we dropped in. I'm not even kidding you. It dropped us into a nest. Like, I put us outside of the hotspots, and it still dropped us in a nest. Granted, yes, we were by the bug... Well, we were by, like, 5 bug holes, sure. But we were dropped directly into the middle of a nest. Even though I had done what I could to get us outside of the hotspots so we could at least have some time to grab our shit and then go. No, it was like the second we touched the ground, hit the ground running, full force ahead immediately when we hit the ground, because we were in the middle of a fucking nest. And I'm like, what? I put us outside of this so for a reason. And it was one of those things too where it wouldn't let us steer our drop pod. You know how sometimes it'll get stuck and you're just going straight up?
Yeah, it just straight, yeah.
Couldn't steer. So we were just right in the middle. Got our shit dumped, like, immediately.
I'm pretty sure that happened to us on one of the missions that we played on hard. Like, we checked the map, there was nothing.
Yeah.
And then we dropped in, and then boom, yeah, we were right in the fucking shit.
Also, don't even get me started on automatons, because automatons were already hard before. Even on the lower missions, they were still a lot more difficult than the bugs were, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Well, now, yeah, good luck. Just have fun. I mean, that's it, because it doesn't matter. The whole map's a fucking hotspot. There is no good place to drop. We did like 6 different missions. In every single one we did, hotspot. Every single time we dropped. Even if we were as far away from all the glowing red hotspots as we could find, still, 50 robots already standing there.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about your little mooks and shit. No, I'm talking about like fucking walkers on the AT walker things, looking things, and the
walkers.
Yeah, and rocket troopers and shit. Probably a Hulk just chilling there. Yeah. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, everything was just right there, no matter where we dropped. And I'm like, dude, if we were on Helldiver, or if we were on Helldive or something, I would totally understand. But we were like 3 difficulties lower.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, and we chose to go 3 difficulties lower because of that very reason.
Yeah.
So if we go any lower, we're not even getting the samples that we need, because we need, the samples that are dropping from these higher difficulties to unlock our shit, because we're all now approaching those levels where just about all of our shit modules that we need require a decent amount of rares and some of the fucking super samples. So dropping to lower difficulties is almost null. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just hit 30. I just hit level 30, and I'm like, almost all of my shit requires super samples now. So
yeah, it just sucks, because I felt that before the update that the game was challenging. It actually, I know I'd get frustrated with it, but I get frustrated with anything, any game ever. It felt like the challenge level was accurate, and yeah, what they should have done, and I know people, whatever, if the breaker is head and shoulders above everything else, bring everything else up a little bit. Like, There's no reason to knock anything down in this game. And the only thing, as far as I'm concerned, because I won't touch a flamethrower, because, sorry, Jacob, you're going to get killed 10 fucking times in a match with me and a flamethrower.
Yeah.
They upped the bug spawns. I swear to God they did. Nobody will convince me otherwise. Or just the sheer amount of bugs per difficulty or whatever. And that's where the problem is. If the number of bugs would have stayed the same and they would have just nerfed the breaker and the railgun, fine, whatever. We can work with that. But now they've made it more difficult than honestly what it is even worth dealing with.
I don't even think nerfs were necessary at all. No. Like, because even the breaker, as good as it was, as quote unquote meta as it wasn't broken. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't so overpowered. You're just clearing shit so fast. You know, like
it wasn't one-shotting like literally everything.
The only thing is one-shotting was the small bugs, which makes sense. You know, and even some of those it didn't one-shot. You know, so like they shouldn't have nerfed anything. They should have just brought all the guns that sucked up to the breaker's level. That way, there was more variety in what the quote-unquote meta was, and people would use the other guns, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't shit all over the stuff that we had already grown to love and care for, you know, but...
You know, this is the exact same thing that Gearbox did with Borderlands. Well, I guess I shouldn't say exact same thing, but Borderlands 3 did something similar when it launched, because I remember I played as a fadeaway flak, and then, fadeaway got fucking nerfed to hell. And then I think I started playing as Moze. I can't remember. This was 4.5 years ago at this point. But then, the second I was getting Moze leveled up and ready to start, like, working for my build, boom, nerf. And just completely screwed. And it's like, come on. Like, I don't even know. But to say I'm frustrated with Arrowhead and Helldivers right now is an understatement, because honestly, like, everything I said in our intermission for democracy episode, which you should check out,
yes,
I meant. I really, like, I was having a great time with this game. Game of the year easily. This update, like, honestly, it was an arrow to the knee.
Yeah,
that's what all this update was to me.
And I also feel like, and nobody get us wrong, like, we're not bagging on it hard enough to, like, just cancel the whole fucking thing, you know what I mean? It's still a fun game, and if you got a full group of people and you have them on comms at least, like, you can talk to them and shit, most of the time, even with this higher difficulty curve, it's still fun, it's still enjoyable. It's just so much harder for no reason, and that's where I had an issue. And I think that Arrowhead is involved enough in the community that they will fix it, but we'll see. You know? And
no, I think I don't know if they'll fix it. I just hope that they make something, they just get it close to what it was, because it was the right level of challenging. The guns, you know, they're not supposed to be super effective, you're not supposed to just shit all over everything. It's
and I don't remember anything. Nothing was broken. I mean, I don't think anything was powerful enough to just nuke your gameplay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it just, if they could what would make me the happiest person on the face of the earth is if they just completely took that out and we just went right back to normal.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that at that point, but yeah.
I will say the mechs are fun. They are super fun, but automaton missions, don't even worry about pulling it out, dog. Don't even worry about pulling it out. It will be destroyed in 0.0 seconds flat. Done.
Oh yeah.
Like, for bugs, absolutely, and it's really good for taking care of chargers and stuff like that, things with armor. It takes care of Bile Titans pretty good, but have fun pulling that bitch out during an automaton mission, because the second it lands, dude, you'll might get a couple shots fired, you know, but that's about it. And you have limited ammo in a mech, so.
And some people I've actually seen, they're like, people aren't using the mechs right. They're basically walking turrets. That's it. It's like, okay, no, It is a fucking mech suit. And I'm sorry, any movie I've ever seen a mech suit in, what's a mech suit do? Destroys.
Yeah.
Does not get destroyed. So, no. I don't. It's not a matter of we're not using them right. It's a matter of they didn't. I don't want to say they didn't design them right because obviously they know what they're doing. But I mean, come on, it's a freaking mech suit.
Yeah. I think that if they incorporate some like upgradable units, that'll be cool. Like being able to upgrade it to where it has a shield generator backpack kind of thing, where it just has a shield around it for a little while, has to recharge. All that kind of stuff will be fun. But the current mech suit that is in there, it's got rockets and a Gatling, and it does the work on bugs. Absolutely, sure, but dude.
Yeah.
Oh man, and you only get one per person per match.
Yeah, I will not be using that one.
One per person per match, and it is very nice in the extract. So if you could save it until the extract and then use it for like just defending the extraction zone while the countdown timer's going, awesome, like perfect. But for automatons, not even that, dude. Just bring in your other shit. Don't even worry about your mech suit on the automatons until they have some kind of shield or something, because rockets, blow that shit up. Done.
Yeah. Okay. Let's stop ranting about Helldivers.
Yes, absolutely. I do want to
That's
do
it.
one quick shout out about a different game, though, because I have been obsessing over it. Me and Skylar have been playing a shit ton of Return to Moria.
Yeah.
And I know it went over under a lot of people's radar because I want to say that a lot of that has to do with how bad the Golem game was, because obviously Golem was a fucking joke, a disaster level joke. And people probably just see the Lord of the Rings title on a video game now, and they're like, oh, well, if it's not Shadow of Mordor, not touching it. If it's not Lord of the Rings Online, not touching it. But I will say this, dude. Return to Moria, super fucking fun. And if you're playing with a buddy, even better, dude. Like, super fun, super engaging. It has me hooked like a fucking motherfucker. I can't even, like, give any more praise than that, just because it's just... That's it. I mean, it's just super fun, super addicting, super cool seeing all the little Easter eggs and shit that they've placed in the game that call back the Fellowship and all that good stuff. We found Gandalf's hat chilling on one of the steps near the bridge of Khazad-dûm, and I was like, man, that just makes me so happy. But yeah,
That's
good.
awesome.
Super cool. Check it out if you get a chance. It's only $40, dude. These $40 games, man, are killing it. I'm telling you, dude. What is the deal with these $40 games just outdoing the shit out of these AAA $70 titles?
I don't know.
Learn a thing or
Hopefully-
two, guys.
Hopefully, Return to Moria doesn't put out an update that siphons all the fun out of it.
Hey, Return to Moria has been out for months now, so if they were gonna fuck up an update like that, it probably was done before I started playing it, and I'm good with it. I'm good with where it's at now, that's for sure. So.
Okay. I spelled that one wrong.
But yeah,
Alright.
back to not Helldivers, and
Yeah.
something kind of involving Helldivers, but not really. What are we talking about today, Derek?
We are talking about the 1997 epic known as Starship Troopers.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, this movie, I'll just come right out and say it. I've loved this movie since I was 10 because it came out 3 days before my 10th birthday. So little bit behind the scenes stuff first. This was actually a love child of the guys that did RoboCop. So they got Paul Verhoeven back to direct, Ed Neumeyer to write, John Davison as a producer, and then God, what was the other guy's name? It was like Phil Tippett, I think. He's a stop motion guy, and they all worked together on RoboCop. So about a few years after RoboCop, they wanted to work together again, and they just couldn't ever line it up. And then Ed Neumeyer was writing this script called it was like Bug Bug Hunt is what it went by at one point in time, and then there's Outpost 7 in there somewhere. Maybe it's like Bug Hunt and Outpost 7. But then when John Davison read it, he was like, this is really, really close to Starship Troopers. Let's just see if we can get the rights to it, and then we'll just, boom, novel adaptation. Because, yes, Starship Troopers is based off of a novel written by Robert A. Heinlein that came out in 1959. So once the stars finally aligned and Paul Verhoeven got done, just making Showgirls, which, what the fuck? That's all the more we'll say about that. Then they began working on this. So yeah, as I already said, directed by Paul Verhoeven, stars Casper Van Dien, Dina Meyer, Denise Richards, Jake Busey, NPH, and then who else was there? Clancy Brown, Michael Ironside. This has a lot of great actors in it because Total Recall, Michael Ironside, absolutely amazing, and guess what he is Razchak, amazing. So, spoilers ahead. Hey, we remembered before we even really started talking about the plot. We're getting good at this.
Nice. There will be spoilers.
Yeah,
Go watch the damn movie.
Yeah, shit. All right. So this movie takes place in the 23rd century, and basically it's chronicling of Johnny Rico and, a couple of his friends. It shows them in high school, and then they enlist in the military, and then we go to war, and then it kind of doesn't really end with the end of the war, but it is like a major turning point in the war. I've talked for a good bit, Jacob. You go ahead.
I mean,
hit me with it.
My biggest thing, just to contrast Derek's, is this first time I've watched it. I watched it specifically for this episode, and I guess not specifically for this episode, but I had not watched it before, and of course, with me getting into Helldivers as much as I did, and all that kind of stuff, and the references and whatnot, I was like, all right, it's got to happen now, So it's something that I knew existed. It's just something that I never picked up and watched for whatever reason, which is weird because I have a feeling my dad probably would have watched this. He probably would have watched it several times when I was growing up, and for whatever reason, it's just not in my brain. So,
or he may not have, because it is Verhoeven. It is very, very graphic movie.
Oh no, my dad loves that shit. He's into all that shit.
What year were you born?
95.
95, yeah. I'm just speaking from myself here. I definitely wouldn't have let a 2-year-old or higher up watch this movie.
Right. No, I got you. Yeah, no, that makes sense. There are definitely several scenes in here, which we will definitely talk about the practical effects in this thing, because holy shit.
And they did use a lot of CG in this, for 97,
not bad.
Well, like the Planet P stuff. Obviously, they're not going to create 1 billion bugs, and that's not even a real number. I'm probably lowballing it for those of you that have seen the movie and know what I'm talking about with Planet P. But yeah, dude, God, this movie is just so much fun.
They did have a lot of I don't know if they had a lot of them, but they had a few of the actual practical bugs as well, though, that they did use. Mm-hmm. I noticed, and that was super cool to see, even though most of them were CG. But like some of the more up close scenes, with the more personal interactions with certain of the troopers was practical, and I loved it, and it was fantastic. But
I think I either read or watched it somewhere. They said that they did make 2, and these bastards are 12 foot tall, 2 of them, and it's like, okay, that's just a huge undertaking all on its own, just for 1, let alone 2. But the overall design of the arachnids or bugs, whichever you want to call them, I believe Phil Tippett did. He designed the bugs, and I have always loved the design of the warrior. just because I mean, you see that thing. That thing is it's fucking scary. And then the flying bug. I'm not for sure what its actual name is. With the razor wings and stuff, it's just cutting heads off. Awesome. The brain bug
Yeah,
looks like it has a big old vagina right in its face.
sure does.
But still a very very creepy design. And then the
Yeah,
little carriers, they could just look like whatever because they essentially don't matter.
yeah,
They're his legs. But yeah, all the creature design in this movie was just top notch. Loved it.
yeah, absolutely.
Um, let's go ahead and just talk about the propaganda
Yeah,
and the Nazi ish stuff.
yeah,
Because right at the beginning of the movie, no flashy credits, no nothing, just Starship Troopers, and then
yep,
boom, we're right into propaganda with the United Citizen Federation
yeah,
and that Nazi,
yeah. Oh,
Nazi,
yeah, absolutely.
and even later on in the movie, after a certain funeral, um, all of the generals, like, or well, I don't know if Carl was a
The
general.
long black coats, the scientists or
Yes,
whatever. Yeah,
yeah, 100%. And I mean, just as
yeah,
like, and at the end, it's like they'll keep fighting and they'll win. It's like I'll just go ahead and say this, having, I guess, kind of gone through a little bit of a big, well, I mean, there's always war going on elsewhere, but 9/11 was immediately like 4 years after this. I don't remember ever once seeing something on CNN or fucking Fox for that matter. There's like, yeah, they'll keep fighting and they'll win for freedom and get the terrorists. No, that's no.
yeah.
Even though, like,
It was bold.
so
It was very
yeah,
bold, and there was a lot of situations where it would call back to that kind of stuff, and they try to make you want to root for your characters. They want you to root for these people that are 100% mirroring Nazi propaganda, Nazi everything,
well, I mean,
and be against the bugs and shit. But then you're like, wait a minute. I found myself multiple times just sitting there like, you know what? No, I think the bugs are actually in the right here. The bugs are getting fucked on like really hard.
okay, that
What?
is one thing I was. That is one thing I was eventually going to bring up because yeah, I don't think the bugs are necessarily the bad guys in this movie. Watching it now with
Yeah,
just
no.
more of an understanding than a 10-year-old can possibly have about how the world works and
Yeah,
everything. Uh, which in the movie they show you this is where Clendathu is. This is where Earth is. They would have had to shoot that effing meteor like a millennia ago so that it would make it to Earth.
yeah,
So I don't understand. And yeah, they would like that would be like some next level like Mayan fucking shit with figuring out, oh, if we launch it now, where's the Earth going to be in 1 billion years? Because
yeah,
everything is moving and this and this and this. So I think yeah, I think the humans did it.
yeah,
Just to get support because one by a tragedy like that in any way, shape, and form, whether it's in movie or real life. One thing is always the same when there's something like that happens, enlistment numbers go up. They start getting money to, build better weapons and everything. So I think they did it because they're colonizing planets at this point, in the 23rd century in this movie. And yeah, I think they accidentally rolled into one because they said there was a Mormon settlement, which I got a good laugh out of the fact that they got their fucking heads and they just got BF'd all over. I think, weren't they on Planet P or was that Clendathu that they were on? I can't remember for certain.
I don't remember. I
Well,
don't remember.
anyways, so that was just hilarious. To
Sorry,
me,
this
just
daylight savings got me all messed up. I'm sorry.
oh,
I'm
dude,
not yawning because you're boring. I'm yawning because this sleep is like all
no,
fucked up right now.
no, dude, literally, I took like a 15-minute nap before we started recording. So yeah, no, you're
Struggling.
100% good. Um, but yeah, we're colonizing planets, and then we fucking piss some bugs off. We know how bad they are, or have the slightest idea, and we just want what's ours, and that's everything apparently. Uh, So yeah, I think the humans orchestrated the Buenos Aires attack, that caused enlistment numbers to go up, money to be more funneled into the war,
Yeah.
um, and yeah, because just the sheer, it wasn't a straight shot. It wasn't like, okay, they're at Mars and we're where we're at. No, no, this is literally across the goddamn galaxy,
Yeah.
and a human couldn't do it. A bug couldn't do it. I don't even think a real like alien, like super evolved and knowledgeable alien shit. I don't even think the fucking Autobots could have pulled that one off. So, yeah, definitely humans did it, and humans are the bad guy. After like
Yeah.
watching the movie and then watching a few other things, I was like, fuck, I literally never thought about that. But
No,
it is so,
those bugs were getting like straight up abused.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Like hard, dude.
And I do love that. Well, I'll talk a little bit more about just a couple other random parts in the movie. So the football or slam ball, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. That's there.
That was solely there to develop the love triangle nonsense between.
Oh yeah,
That was the only reason that was there.
and I
Which
mean,
could have
I,
been
I'm
completely taken out, and you still would have the same story because that dude still ends up going to the same academy or whatever. So they still could have
well,
just as easily met up and hung
and
out. You know what I mean?
and here's one thing that I found out earlier in the week. There is actually a deleted scene where they hook up. I guess Carmen and
Okay, we need to talk
the
about
pilot.
some. We need to talk about some fucking characters
Okay, yeah, that's
We need to
that's
talk
what I
about
was
some
gonna try to
characters.
do.
because I cannot
All right.
fucking stand a couple of them.
Which ones?
Carmen, I cannot
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
stand her, dude. She was just being a harlot from the beginning to an end, and then they tried to make it seem like she was just innocent as all shit, and I'm like, no, no, she
Well,
was not, dude.
okay, so another thing with Carmen to understand, and I'm not defending Denise Richards by any means, because yeah, nobody likes Carmen in this movie. She is an F and tease for Rico.
Horrible. Tease.
But there is a deleted scene, I guess, that where I don't know if it's Rico and Carmen or Rico is talking to her parents, and they were like career military or like they were citizens by this point. So that was another driving factor for Rico that I feel like if they would have left it in the movie. So I mean, honestly, I'm gonna sit here and tell you, director's cut anytime. Add all those deleted scenes. I want to see it all in one work, and it would just add more to the movie. Because yeah, you'd be like, why is Rico like? Is he really just wanting to get that so bad that he's gonna sign away 2 years of his life for
Yeah.
it?
That's
Or is
another.
there something else?
That's another thing. Rico, fucking idiot. The whole movie, like, come on, man. Seriously, you just enlisted in the military to basically go die because this girl that was already just being a complete and total tease to everybody else decided that she's gonna go too. Oh man, you got your priorities all out of whack, dog.
Yes,
All
big
out of
time.
whack.
One
to do
thing I
some-
loved with
Inward reflection, bud.
one thing I love that they did with Rico is, when everybody's giving the guy their paperwork and telling them what he got, and Rico's like, infantry. He's like, oh, good for you. Infantry made me
The man that I am today. Yeah, I saw that.
Arm missing, legs missing.
And it's funny
like,
too because he rolls the chair back or whatever to turn to the next part of the desk, and his legs are just gone, dude. I was like, oh man, oh man. You would have thought at that point he would have been like, all right, yeah, maybe this isn't for me.
I fucked up a little bit.
I should probably not do this.
But yeah, so Rico, yeah, he is an idiot. They kind of make that abundantly clear with his math score of 35%. But I've never had a problem with Rico. Carmen, yeah, she drives me insane for the exact same reasons you said. Dizzy, played by Dina Meyer, as some people would definitely recognize her as Carrie from the Saw franchise. Dizzy's awesome. And
Oh yeah, she
originally,
was in Saw, wasn't she?
Yeah,
Oh,
she was
shit.
the detective, and
Okay.
then I think it was Saw 3. She got her ribs ripped off because
Yeah,
Amanda
yeah,
cheated
yeah,
the game.
yeah. I remember that now. I knew I seen her somewhere, but I could not remember for the life of me where I'd seen her before.
Also, spoiler alert for Saw 3. Um,
Come on,
but
I don't even like the Saw movies, and I've seen Saw 3. You guys need to figure it out.
no, but so Dizzy was originally a guy in the book. So they basically changed that around because Ed Newmeyer wanted to do a couple different like love triangle situations. So there's constantly Rico, Carmen, and Diz, and then there's God, I can't, I Xander, that's his name. Then there's Xander, Rico, and Carmen, and then but it's got the romance, it's
Yeah.
got the love, and it's got the confliction. But no, Dizzy's awesome. I love Dizzy in this movie. Lots of fun. And yeah, like I think I'll go ahead and say it. 10-year-old me had a major crush on Dina Meyer after this movie. Just yeah. And then there's Ace, played by Jake Busey, which yeah, Jake Busey's awesome. I'm not gonna say anything else. Um, Neil Patrick Harris. I mean, How I Met Your Mother is one of my favorite shows, so I love Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh, yeah.
And even if he never did How I Met Your Mother, just from the first two Harold and Kumar movies, Neil Patrick Harris is awesome. Keep doing your thing. You're awesome. Clancy Brown, amazing in everything. Even the god awful 2010 Nightmare on Elm Street remake. But him as drill instructor Zim is just hilarious.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then the scene with Jake Busey and him is like, why do you need a knife in a nuke fight? Stabs it through his hand.
Yeah.
Because he can't press a button if you disable his hand.
Yep.
God,
Perfect.
who else is there? Oh yeah, Michael Ironside as Razchak.
Dude.
Like, yeah.
Seth Gilliam, I found out was in this movie when his character popped up.
Okay, what else is he from?
Gabriel from The Walking Dead.
You say that like I watched past season 4.
He's in season 4.
What?
Yeah, he's the priest, the pastor, Gabriel, Father Gabriel.
I don't. Yeah, not doing anything for me. I don't remember that at all. Was that when they were heading to the train?
Hang on.
That was like the cannibals and shit. Is he the dude with the tiger, or that?
No. That's Ezekiel.
Okay. Sorry, spoiler alert for Walking Dead as well. Season 1 was the only season worth a piss.
Season 1 through 4 are great. Season 1 through 4 are great.
We can have our discussion about season 2 of Walking Dead.
Okay, whoa. Okay. Season 1 through 4 are great. Season 2 is very boring, but
Season 2 is fucking awful. Like, I mean, I know you know who you're talking to. You're talking to the horror guy. I got the shit everywhere. First season of Walking Dead I loved. Second season, threw all that out the window and was garbage. And then season 3, I just wanted to, anytime they showed Andrea, I just wanted to punch myself in the fucking face.
oh wait,
And
season 5. Sorry, season
oh,
5.
okay.
Yeah, he's Father Gabriel. But for anybody that's watched The Walking Dead past season 4,
Okay.
has definitely
so
seen Father Gabriel.
Sugar's a pastor. All right, got it.
Yeah, but I was very happy to see him in this, and I know he's got some controversy outside of acting. I know he has some personal stuff come up with driving under the influence or some shit. I don't remember, but is my camera?
Oh, no.
My camera gonna do that thing again? No, there we go.
I've got it pulled up right now. On May 3rd, 2015.
There we go.
He was arrested for doing 108 in a 55.
Oh yeah.
So he's got some balls, first off, but then I love this last little bit because I just got it pulled up on Wikipedia. Police found a marijuana cigarette in his car. Can't even make that up. That is exactly
Father Gabriel, you dog.
Getting down with your bad self. All right.
Smoking the devil's lettuce out here. Come on, man.
there's a couple other people that I wanted to touch on, and it's all in one sequence, or basically one sequence in this movie. So first thing, and it's not a person. When Carmen and Rico say goodbye, and she's standing in that, like, I don't think it's a shuttle. I don't know what to call it. That thing fucking takes off at like Mach 5, and she's standing up, not like strapped in or sitting down or anything. Why did she not just fly into the freaking, like, the door of that? Like, that makes no sense. But then the sequence after she takes off, there's more propaganda with the soldiers letting the kids handle their loaded assault rifles, which, don't get me wrong, I'm definitely very pro Second Amendment, but
probably not for
the
children.
fuck? Yeah, like, come on.
Also, speaking of loaded guns and whatnot, I don't know this. I've never been to boot camp before in my life, but I don't think they have armed training sessions with like actual bullets and shit in boot camps. Like, I don't think that's a thing.
If it is, let us know, because
I'm pretty sure that is so far left field, away from anything that would be, well, safe for one, obviously, for very obvious reasons, but also just, why would you want to take the risk of actually killing the soldiers you're trying to train up to push out into the field, Like, that doesn't make any sense to me, but...
Well, I'll just say 23rd century, like, they're basically Nazis.
Yeah, that's fair.
I wasn't surprised.
Yeah,
like,
that's entirely fair.
But then immediately after, like, the kids with the guns, there's that guy that was a murderer that they caught and tried, all within one day, and he was going to be executed later on live TV. Sounds bad. I think we should do that, though, because that could raise a lot of money. But no, the guy that is guilty, that's actually the writer Ed Neumeier.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So he got a little bit in, and yeah, I just love the execution live. 6 p.m. tonight, all channels. Okay, sweet. So turn it on Nickelodeon and see that. And then, oh god, I'm gonna butcher. I can't think of his name. All I know, Lassie from Psych. He is the psychic in this. Like the trailer. Do you think you're psychic? And then the eye opens. Maybe you are.
Oh, okay.
So it is just absolutely hilarious knowing he played a psychic before he was the psychic-hating Carlton Lassiter in Psych. Which, man, I'm getting kind of mad at myself. I can't think of his name. Because one of my buddies actually met him and knew I was a huge fan of him. Because, yeah, Lassie from Psych, and then he was Kane in Supernatural, which I actually have his mark tattooed on my... Wait, am I showing it? I can never... Yeah, there we go. Mark Kane, right there. Timothy Odmanson. I almost said Timothy Oliphant, and I was like, no, that is definitely wrong. So that's just awesome little tidbit there.
Nice.
That nobody cares about, probably, besides me.
Only one way to find out. It's out in the world now, so...
Yeah, let's find out. Let's show Psych some fucking love. God, it's so good.
I remember Psych, like, vaguely. I never got into it super heavy, but I remember seeing advertisements for it, commercials and shit all the time, and all that, but...
Oh, so good. It's easily top 5, one of my favorite shows. It's hilarious. It was made for me. 80s references everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. James
Nice.
Roday, Dule Hill, Maggie Lawson.
Hell yeah.
All awesome. Have me on an episode, please.
What was another thing? Speaking of the kids, that was another one. Where the scene where they show the kids stomping on the cockroaches.
Yeah, and then the ladies just at the back, like...
Yeah. I was like...
Yeah.
What? Come on, man. This is
Straight up propaganda.
Yep,
Like,
the whole way, man. They got the kids involved, stomping on the cockroaches and shit. That was fantastic.
So we'll jump a little bit forward. We'll jump around a little bit because we don't need to talk about this like 100% piece by piece. But so yeah, they enlist, then they're off to boot camp. Boot camp's going good for Rico. He makes squad leader, and he's super pumped about it. And then Carmen rips his heart out, takes a dump down his throat, and asks him how he is.
Yeah.
Basically.
Basic girl
and then
stuff.
like, yeah, just that typical shit.
Just kidding, guys. I promise.
Everybody, yeah, they know what it is. They know what it is.
Women.
But then
Let me stop.
What was that?
I'm
not hearing anything from any of you. But so then, seemingly after Rico gets his heart ripped out of his chest, then he accidentally more or less causes one of his squad mates to get killed during the live fire exercise.
Yeah.
To which then, yeah, one guy's dead, one girl leaves, and they're like, "Man, can we save Rico?" And then Zim's a badass, because that's Clancy Brown for you. He's like, "Yeah, we could save him." 10 lashes, which was foreshadowed in the movie by Rico's dad saying, "I'd rather take 10 lashes in public square than have you enlist in the military."
Yeah. I didn't notice that until you pointed that out. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. And then Rico takes the 10 lashes, which, damn, man, like...
Yeah, that's rough.
They ain't fucking playing around.
I mean, that's entirely fair, though. You got somebody killed and shit. I mean...
Yeah, oh yeah, no,
well, I don't know. I don't know what would be fair in that situation, I guess, but I mean, it seems like punishment is definitely due to some degree, and...
Legit, I would say, like, you need to be out, but...
Yeah, that's probably the best.
Nazis, I don't know.
It's also not entirely, like, obviously he wasn't intending for that to happen. It wasn't malicious, like, but at the same time, like, dude, guy's dead. Like, he got his whole head blown off.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh, so after Rico gets his lashings, that's when Xander and Carmen, they're working the night shift or whatever. You can feel the tension, if you know what I mean. And then they come across a meteor, which is then presumed to, I guess, be the one that hit Earth. But if they're over here, us over here, I don't get how that meteor, unless if it's traveling at, I don't even know. What is it? Light speed? Is it traveling at light speed?
Light speed meteor.
But then, so that's where I think people would be like, nope, they hit that meteor, and then they lost their comm towers, so that's why Buenos Aires got attacked. It's like, you really want to sit there and not just completely rule out the possibility that, yeah, they could have seen that, like, not their ship, somebody else's, blew it up and then just fired a nuke.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I'm not a bug sympathist here, but Jesus, like, the more you sit and think about it, humans are the fucking bad guy, because we're the ones that invade and destroy. Yeah. Not the bugs. They're trying to chill, man.
Yeah, they're just doing their own thing, man. And it only makes it worse by the end of it, where they discover that they are sentient, they have their own thoughts and can learn and understand and shit. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make anything better. That makes it 12 times worse.
And yeah, like, at the end, when I was younger, I interpreted, it's afraid, it's defeated, but then it's like, it's afraid. It's like, yeah, no shit. It's being invaded and captured by these assholes. Like, I'd be fucking scared too.
No shit. Oh, before we move on from the boot camp thing, there was one scene that I rolled my eyes at. Like, really? And it wasn't important. It wasn't a big deal, and I get what they were doing.
Shower scene?
Well, no, that was kind of dumb too. But also, when Rico's trying to send that, like, videogram or something to Carmen, and he's got it set up on the table with everybody doing their crazy shit in the background or whatever. What did he think was gonna happen? Yeah, and then when they're like farting in his face and shit, or putting their ass in the camera or whatever, and he like moves to a table that is like 2 feet away to do the same thing. I'm like, dude,
well,
you asked for this.
That's just the same logic in like any TV show where, let's say, me, you, and Toby are all in a room together, and then I'm like, hey, Toby, can you come over here? I need to talk to you about Jacob's drinking, and I don't want him to hear. And we take 4 steps the other way, but then suddenly that means you can't hear it.
Yeah.
Exact same logic.
Yeah, but they didn't even use that logic, though, because they did the same thing. He moved, and they did the same thing that they were doing 2 feet away.
All I'm going to say is I would have been the guy with his ass out. in the video.
Oh
that
yeah,
would have
no.
100% been me.
I'm not bagging on the people that were doing it. I'm bagging on Rico for this one because he knew. He knew that they were doing this stuff. Like the dude was playing violin. The people were just being crazy, you know, and like just being people, you know, just doing funny shit to pass the time. And he set his shit up in that room. Like he knew the whole time. And then when they start fucking with him, he doesn't do anything to stop it. He doesn't take his shit outside. He doesn't go into a secluded area. No, he just moves a little over to the other side of the room where they proceed to do worse things. And I'm like, nah, you know what? I feel no sympathy for you. You did this to yourself.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't feel bad for him at all. Like, if anything, I think he should have started that video out by saying, "Hey, Carmen whore, my friends are going to just be doing all kinds of dumb stuff in the background, so be ready for that."
Yeah. Or worst case scenario, just go outside.
Yeah.
Go outside and do your fucking videogram thing, man.
I don't know. But
I'm sure it was probably just to show the personalities of everybody and shit, you know, on camera, which makes sense, but dude.
Yeah.
Rico, man, come on, dude.
So then after Rico's lashes, he's going to go home, signs his forms, talks to his parents. The termination, Jesus Christ. The connection was terminated. And there was some dark, nefarious things going on.
And we all know
yeah, Buenos Aires got wiped off of the map. So then we go to war. Then we go to Clendathu. And holy shit, this is where this movie starts getting fucking real good. Just the war and just the people in this movie underestimated the bugs because we're like, oh, they're bugs. They're bugs. We're just gonna go in and fucking kill the shit out of them.
Just gonna stomp on them,
and
like those kids.
Yeah, and then even the anti-aircraft bugs. Oh, that's just random light. No, that like, if I was a pilot, I'd be like, they're shooting that shit up for a freaking reason. We're not flying. No. And sure enough, yeah, it fucks the ships up. So then they go down to the ground. Like, you know, then we go to the ground. We're blowing them up. Then the bugs start coming. And I mean, they are just eviscerating people. They rip the one guy to complete shreds. Like, just huck him into a pile, and then they're just digging in. And,
yeah.
And then Rico's scene, like, in that, like, you know, when the news guy is, like, reporting, which is like, yeah, that's so typical. They would have a fucking journalist on the front lines with no weapon or anything. Yeah. Might as well have a big sign above his head and say, "Hey, bugs, come kill me."
Yeah. There's even a part where they're running away and Rico looks into the camera and says, "Move," or something like that.
Yeah. Like, get out of here now!
Yeah. That shit made me cackle. I'm not gonna lie, man. I was like, why are you recording right now?
But when the bugs thing sinks down into Rico's leg, I was like, even to this day, I'm still like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I know that shit hurt.
Yeah, like, there's, like, you can lose an arm and keep running as much as it hurts. No, he basically lost a whole usage of a whole leg at that point. And one thing before they touch down on Clendathu, Neil Patrick Harris is doing one propaganda video talking about how to kill the bugs. Did they not tell the troopers how to do that? To aim for the nerve stem? Instead, they're blasting limbs off, and then, it's still like 12 foot, so it's got some freaking reach to it.
There were multiple times when they were shooting at him. I was like, dude, they're not hitting him in the fucking nerve stem. What the hell?
Yeah. Oh, even 10-year-old me was saying that. It's like, why are they not shooting him in the crit spot? Like,
yeah.
What? Like,
it's like headshots for zombies, man. You don't shoot a zombie in the chest. What are you fucking doing, you know?
Yeah. But, so, anyways, yeah, the Battle of Clendathu goes horribly wrong. Over 100,000 dead within an hour. And I can't remember the exact time, or, I know it says it on the screen when Carmen's, like, going to check and see if Rico died. Part of me wants to say, I thought they lost, like, 300,000 troops. That could be wrong. Yeah, just, they got their asses handed to them. They completely underestimated them. We thought we were superior, when, in fact, in this instance, we are far inferior. So then the Sky Marshal resigns. We get some more propaganda. and then, or wait, hold on a second. Damn it! I just missed it. It popped up on screen. Hold on. I'll see if I can pause it just right, and I can tell you the exact number. Because I've got the movie playing off to the side right now too. Because this movie's awesome. Okay, it's not saying it right now. Well, fuck you then. Whatever.
Just look it up.
But then, yeah, Rico's not dead, even though in the computer it definitely says he is very dead. Yeah. He's getting his leg fixed by some machine. He's in a Bacta tank from fucking Star Wars, basically.
Yeah.
Just like generating new tissue, putting it together. I don't know.
The first thing I thought of was the machine that made Vision in Avengers, where it creates tissue.
Oh, really?
It creates tissue from like cells or something like that. I don't know. They explain it in the movie, but in the Avengers: Age of Ultron.
But this one straight up, he's floating in the diaper tank.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying when he's like when they're sewing up his skin or whatever with that machine, or it's showing the leg being patched up or whatever. It looks just like that, like when Vision's getting created and all the little patches of tissue are being created. And it happened with Hawkeye as well. Hawkeye gets shot or something, and they patch his skin up with it and shit.
Oh yeah.
And there's some banter between him and his wife about how he can't even tell the difference or whatever. And then she's at the end of that scene, she's like, I can tell the difference. Yeah, liar.
Okay, so Rico's in the diaper tank, and then we've got a new Sky Marshal. Who, and I don't understand why this was not the plan to begin with. Nuke the fucking planet and then have the infantry go clean it up.
Yeah.
Man, people are fucking stupid. All right, just the end. People suck. That we're dumb.
Facts.
But Rico's with Radshak now. Radshak's Roughnecks. Yeah. So Michael Ironside's being a badass, which one thing I love, whenever a lot of the people in this movie are shooting their guns, instead of, just act like they're...
Half the time they're not even looking where they're shooting.
Yeah. What did he do? Like, oh my God. I know it sounds like I'm shitting on it, but God, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
They bring the definition of spraying and praying, like 100% the whole movie.
Sorry, literally they're on planet... no, they're not on P right now, are they? No, they're not. I can't remember what planet they're on, but it's after the bombing. And so, yeah, I was just mimicking Dina Meyer's faces. Just shooting the gun frickin' just all over the goddamn place.
Yeah, just spray and pray, man. That's all they're doing the whole time.
But we do get that awesome scene with the big-ass bug and Rico jumping on top of him.
Grenade!
And shooting the shit out. Yeah. That... I still... If I'm playing a game and there's a guy that's like an enemy that's bigger than me, that's where my brain goes. First thing, it's like, okay, I'm going to Rico this bitch, get on top of it, blast a hole in it or do whatever. Grenade anything. Yep. Any game ever. And I know I've definitely said that in Helldivers because I want to get on top of a Bile Titan and just shoot the shit out of it and huck a nade in there. Like, you know how awesome that would be if we could do that.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, my God. If we could get up that high, dude. Oh, dude. Game over.
Yeah. I would 1,000% fucking do that.
Oh, yeah. Every single time, too. It wouldn't be just a one-off thing, dude. I would do it every time.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
Every time.
But... So then after that sequence, they party. Rico and Diz finally hook up, which I've always laughed when Michael Ironside's going to get in his like tent or whatever.
Yep.
Rico.
Yeah.
Command, we're moving out in 10 minutes.
No, he says we're moving out in 30 minutes, and then they're like, who is that or whatever, and they reveal who it is, and he's like, all right, make it 20 minutes. Because I specifically remember that scene because I looked over at Deanna and Chelsea and was like, dude, that shit had me wheezing, and I was like, "Sir, yes, sir. I only need 3 minutes."
Sir, yes, sir. I'll be. You give me 20 minutes. What do you want me to do with the other 19 and a half? All right.
Make it 20.
Hold on.
I only need 5, sir.
Get your shit wired and report within 10 minutes. He says 10 minutes.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He goes up. He goes up in scale because yeah. No, I got you.
Yeah, just being hard ass, fucking lieutenant, and then
He knows what's going on.
give it 20 minutes.
Yeah. I only need 5, sir.
Michael Ironside, just awesome.
So
but
good.
Then,
so good.
So after this, I forget the planet that they were on, but then they moved to Planet P. That's where the, I guess, secondary butt fucking happens, because the bugs, we find out, can get in our brain and control us. So the brain bug, which you don't see yet, has one of the guys basically send out the distress signal to lure them there. So the bugs set a trap for the humans. Now, at this point, there is a lot of action, a lot of dead bugs. I love just how this scene was shot, because just the bugs swarming, and then they're killing the shit out of them.
Yeah.
But then there's so many that they're dying and building a bridge up to the very top.
Very big World War Z vibes, I think is what it was, where all the zombies are like piling up and shit, and then the other zombies are using them to get up the sides of the walls and shit.
Yeah, and you know what? They know it. They're like, yeah, we've got the numbers. Like, you want to sit back in your little compound? We'll build a wall. We'll build a bridge. Don't you worry.
We'll get there eventually.
But so then, yeah, this is happening. Lots of action. This sequence is really, really freaking great, with just even watching it, you're like, oh my god. Like, we as viewers know they don't have a fucking chance. Like, I watched them get killed by way less bugs, and now there's like 15 times more. You know what? Clendathu was Helldivers pre-balance patch. Planet P is Helldivers after that patch.
Yep.
That is the absolute best way I can explain that to anybody.
Yep. When they had Carmen coming in to save them or whatever, extract them, I was like, man, this countdown timer is gonna be rough, dude.
Yeah.
Where's the Pelican at, man?
And unfortunately, there are a lot of casualties in this.
Yeah.
Radshak dies. Rico basically has to put him out of his own misery, but why? He lost his legs. He could have been the guy at the enlistment place, because
That's made me the man who I am today.
Yeah. Ratchak didn't have to die. He just lost his legs. He still had nubs, man.
Yeah.
But I guess, probably just pride, and Ratchak's a badass who wants to have legs. The end, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. It also wanted to play in that scene where earlier in the movie he said, or where he had to kill that guy that was being attacked by the thing that flew and grabbed him out or whatever. And he shot the guy, and he's like, I'd expect any of you guys to do the same for me. But
the only difference was there was no way in fucking hell they were getting to that guy, because that bug snatched him, flew him up a goddamn mountain, and then Ratchak fell in the sinkhole. They pulled him out. Nubs, freaking whatever. They could have drug him to the fucking extract.
Yeah. They were just trying to bring that scene back, that's all. Or that dialogue.
Yeah.
Man.
It's obviously I'm a huge Michael Ironside fan, so that's all. Just the scene when the shuttle takes off and all the big bugs coming out, and just there is no ground because it's just all bugs. But
pretty much every extract on Helldive.
Oh yeah. But then, so we're on the shuttle right now, and Rico and Diz are having their last interaction, where Diz basically says to Johnny, it's okay that I'm going to die because I got to have you, which that's a weird choice of words. Okay, you do you. But yeah, I guess one thing didn't really talk about a whole lot, but during the high school time period of this movie, it is 1000% obvious that Diz is trying to get with that.
Oh, she straight up says it at the party, I think. Mm-hmm. She just straight up says it, full swing.
Yeah. So, so she, I guess she checked the major thing off her bucket list. So, that's cool. Then there's a funeral with then Neil Patrick Harris walks in looking very Nazi-esque.
Yeah.
And then we find out that it was Carl, Neil Patrick Harris, that was the one who assigned that unit to that mission. So that's, just not cool. And
they do brush it off pretty quick though.
Oh yeah, they do. I would have been like, "You're psychic, cool. I'm fucking mobile infantry. I'm gonna break your neck."
Yeah,
like,
I would have been pissed. And he
dude,
was for all of about 10 seconds, and then they got over it. I was like, okay.
And, yeah, it's like,
I guess
you killed my lady, and I get promoted. Okay, we're gonna just fucking call this one even, Steven, and we'll go from there. Dumb.
Yeah.
No, that is not how that would have played out. But then they go back to Planet P to capture the brain bug, so they can study it and learn how to kill them more efficiently. Carmen and Xander end up having to abandon ship because due to Carmen's great piloting, their ship gets blown in half. The cool captain, she dies. But Carmen and Xander make it out and land right in a bug hole. So just great piloting all around. She did very good. Xander gets his brain sucked out by the brain bug, which that
very nasty scene.
Oh yeah, and just the you can see his face just just everything slowly being sucked out of his fucking body.
Do not be eating anything with a wet texture while you're watching that scene.
Oh yeah, no. And then Carmen, Xander, for whatever reason, he had the knife. He could have cut the damn thing off, but he's like, "No, here, I'm gonna die and give him all my information first, real quick. Then you take care of it." Okay.
Yeah.
Fucking military intelligence. Boom. But then Carmen cuts the thing off. He can't, loses his stabbiness, and then it's just shooting juice everywhere.
All of that brain puke is just oozing everywhere.
Yeah. And then meanwhile, Rico is going. They're on mission, and then he's like, "Yeah, Carmen's down here," and doesn't know why. Spoilers. It was Neil Patrick Harris that told him to go down there, used his psychic abilities.
Yeah.
So Rico shows up holding a nuke like a bad motherfucker. Is like, "Oh yeah, you know what this is. You want to fuck with this?"
I'll press this goddamn button.
Oh yeah, I would have been talking way more goddamn shit than he was.
Yeah.
At that point.
Same.
But so anyways, they escape, or they start to escape, and then unfortunately Watkins gets very, very hurt. To which then he stays behind killing bugs, holding the nuke, and then it blows up. And, then they escape the tunnels, and then everybody's running. They're, "Oh, we got him! And then by the time our characters get outside, the brain bug is being pulled outside by a bunch of different people. And then,
that scene was also a callback to boot camp when they first got sent to war. Because when they were at the boot camp or whatever, Rico and crew were not privy to anything that was going on for some reason, so they left the bunker or whatever. Or no, he was leaving. He was trying to leave because he felt guilty about getting the dude killed or something. And he was on his way out. He was gonna fucking quit. And after Carmen had left him and all that shit, he got this dude killed or whatever. He just felt like there was no reason to go on. So he's walking out or whatever, and then everybody's rushing over there or whatever. And he's like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And they're like, "We're going to war, man. We're going to war." And then this exact scene, pretty much like shot for shot, happens again at the end of the movie where Derek was just talking about, where he's coming out of the bug hole after surviving the bugs that were in the hole because Watkins had blown them up by staying behind and keeping the nuke with him. And he just walks out there and everybody's running to the left and he's like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "We got him! We got the brain bug!"
Oh shit, what? Okay. And then
awesome, glad to hear it.
they go talk, and Neil Patrick Harris, he touches the bug. He's afraid, blah 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 blah. Then they have another interaction. That's when Rico, who's been, seriously borderline fucking he's dumb as hell in this movie. Somehow he's his dumbass. "It was you who told me where Carmen was." "I can't tell you that." And then Neil Patrick Harris walks off. It's like, quit being a douche. You guys, just whatever.
Yeah.
And then that's when we found out that Clancy Brown's character is the one that captured the fucking bug.
Yep.
So that, give me more Clancy Brown. Come on. He is just awesome.
Yeah, he's super fun.
And then it ends on propaganda, of course. New ships, which I
Naturally.
wonder where they got the money for the new ships and the new guns and everything like that. And it looked like a planetary defense system.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome. Um, but yeah, that's basically they'll keep fighting. They'll win. Movie end.
So good.
Now, before anybody else, I guess, or anybody says, well, are you going to talk about the second movie, the third movie, the two animated movies? The fact it was, I think, an anime in '88, I believe. No, we're not, because I've watched the second Starship Troopers movie when it came out. I don't remember a thing except that it was just god fucking awful. And even watching an interview with Paul Verhoeven and Casper Van Dien, they asked Casper, it's like, well, how was it shooting the first one and the third one? Because Rico isn't in the second one, but he's in the first and third ones. And then Paul Verhoeven he pipes up as like, well, the first one had a budget of $100 million, and then the two sequels were $10 million apiece. So that answers your question. And it's like, yeah,
Yikes.
it really does.
Damn,
So
did the
they
first one
couldn't-
just not do very well when it came out, or?
No, when this movie came out, it was like legitimately panned because everybody thought it was promoting fascism and just yeah, they were it was way more political. But now since, everybody already shat upon it, except for kids, like young kids who didn't get any of that and just got to watch awesome bug killing action.
Yeah.
Now it's all satire.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know, people are idiots. Not like this isn't the only movie that has been completely shit on when it came out, but now is like damn near universally acclaimed.
Yeah.
The Thing. Anybody?
Yeah,
That
that's
movie
true.
got torn apart as well, and it is a goddamn masterpiece.
Yeah, I don't know anybody now that has seen The Thing that doesn't love it. Like,
Oh yeah, no, I have not ever heard one person talk bad about The Thing, and if I did, I would probably never talk with them again because nobody would be able to find them. That's not a threat, but yeah. But
Yeah,
so
no.
all in all, this movie's awesome. Like, I mean, I hadn't seen this movie probably in a few years since we were talking about it, and then all the stuff like when I found out about Helldivers, it was like, oh, it's making Starship Troopers more popular again. It's like, wait, what? So that's what
Excuse me?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what got me into Helldivers, seeing that it was basically them. They're like, yeah, it's the Helldivers is Starship Troopers in a nutshell, and it's like,
It literally is too.
yeah,
Like the spitter bugs shooting the shit up into the sky with their butts and whatnot, and the big bugs needing to be taken down with nukes, and bug holes and the grenades and the extract, and finding outposts that have once been occupied by people that now just have like people's corpses littered around them, and shit like that. Like everything
yeah.
is in
It's
Helldivers.
it's straight up like Helldivers took, like, they can sit there and say, oh, we took no inspiration from this. You are lying.
Yeah. No,
I don't think they
don't
ever-
make. Yeah, they don't make any bones about it at all. They're
Yeah,
pretty
okay,
open about it. Yeah.
All right, I was gonna say, because I had never heard if they did or not, but it's like, you can't. That's like, this is like Vanilla Ice doing Ice Ice Baby, and then Queen and David Bowie with Under Pressure. No, it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Vanilla Ice. It is the same thing, no matter if there's a ching. In there.
Yeah. No,
But-
they've gone on record, I'm pretty sure, and like specifically called out Starship Troopers, and I'm pretty sure they've also called out like Warhammer 40K. I think they've called out Gears of War, obviously Star Wars. I mean, they named a bunch of things that were just direct inspirations for it, and Starship Troopers is just the most blatant one, hands down.
Oh yeah, and it's just so good. This no, so like I was saying, I hadn't seen this movie in a few years, and so I watched it. I think it was, when did we record? Was it Wednesday we recorded last week?
Yeah.
and I watched it Wednesday night. Stayed awake. Stayed up till 4 in the morning. Made a mistake there. And then last night I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna skip around and just watch some of my other favorite parts. And basically, once I got to boot camp, I was watching the entire movie. Once again, stayed up until 4 in the morning. Fucking thank you, Spring Forward.
Yeah.
God, yeah, but anyways.
I did the same thing. I was up till like 4 in the morning last night because daylight saving fucked me up, man.
Yeah, it sucks. But the moral of my story is this movie is so good I can't even fall asleep to it. Like it's one of those movies that I have to watch it all the way through, because it's just good. So, if I'm giving this a rating, I would give it a 9.5.
I probably wouldn't go that high. I'd probably give it like a solid 8.5. Maybe an 8. I would give it an 8 actually, to be more fair. Just cuz it was good. Absolutely will watch it again 100%, and the amount of references that I now have to catch up on in Helldivers is worth it alone. But at the same time, like, it was just super good fun. I'm always a big fan of practical effects. And I think that it was definitely just having fun with itself, and I respect the shit out of that, you know?
Yeah.
It knew exactly what it was, you know, and that's all I can ask for, really.
And even though Paul Verhoeven directed Showgirls, which is like, it's like almost unanimously one of the worst movies of all time, Paul Verhoeven has also given us RoboCop, Total Recall, and Starship Troopers. As far as I'm concerned, that's all he's done. Like, I know he directed Basic Instinct and a bunch of other stuff, but you get it, like, those are Paul Verhoeven's 3 best movies. Nobody will convince me otherwise. And RoboCop is a top 10 favorite of mine. Starship Troopers, I would dare say, is in my top 20 favorite movies of all time.
Okay.
Just a fun time all around. But yeah, like I kind of said earlier, definitely don't watch this with kids around.
No.
It gets very, very gory.
Also, just the
and there's a lot of boobies.
Yeah, that too. But dude, the level of just macabre nature to some of the corpses and stuff like that was honestly like gut wrenching. Some of it was just like, fuck, that's just hard to look at. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Jesus, you know. And it was great. I mean, it's cool, but fuck, not for kids. Yeah, getting his brain sucked out and the people with their limbs missing and half their heads blown off and shit. Oh man, dude, definitely not for kids.
Definitely not for kids. But man, have fucking fun and enjoy this movie.
Yeah, definitely 100% go watch it. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't think I have anything else I need to add about Starship Troopers. What about you?
I think that was it. That's all I got, dude.
Okay.
It's super fun. Go watch it. Let us know in the comments down below. Have you seen Starship Troopers? And if you have, what do you think of it? Do you like it? Do you fucking hate it? Do you have no opinion on it? Have you seen it? If not, go fucking watch it. And then come back to this video and tell us what you thought of it.
Yeah.
And, yeah. It's good stuff.
Yeah, another thing I would like to ask people, like, if you'd seen this movie when you were a kid like me, did you pick up on any of the, like, Nazi fascism, like, undertones and stuff? Because I swear to God, I did not pick up on that until, like, I was probably about 25. Like, never. 100%. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, shit, what?
These guys are fucking Nazis.
So I think that's part of the reason this movie is still as good as it was, is because it's got layers upon layers.
Yeah.
Paul Verhoeven is just he's great at doing that. Exact same thing with RoboCop. Go watch this movie. Have fun.
Yeah, for sure. Let us know. Put your comments down below, and we'll definitely see you guys in the next one, which will be next Friday.
Yeah, but wait. What are we talking about next?
Next Friday, we are going to be continuing our year review of top 10 albums with 2003.
One of the harder years
Yeah.
out of the decade.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll be completely honest with you. A big reason why I've just been so open to just continuing this year list or whatever is because one, I want to get to some of these later years really bad, and two, music just has not been releasing how. Yeah, it just hasn't been having any like big things being released, So it's hard to discuss specifically music topics that aren't super big, or whatever. But this is super fun in the meantime, So this is something that I would love to just do until something big happens.
Yeah, and one thing I would like to do is like maybe I will. I don't even know if we'll be able to do it like this quarter. Like I kind of like it'd be cool to do like a quarterly look at music. So like January, February, March, what came out, what was good. I still have yet to listen to Judas Priest's album, which just came out, which I'll hopefully get to listen to it tomorrow or something. But yeah, other than that,
Yeah.
where is it?
And don't get me
Like,
wrong, there's been some banger singles being released. I'm not gonna lie. Slaughter to Prevail had an awesome single come out recently. Knocked
Yeah.
Loose had a really cool single come out. And I don't even really listen to Knocked Loose all that much, but like their new single hits different. And Darko US put out a fucking awesome single a couple weeks ago or maybe last month, I can't remember. Just super cool, man. And that's great. But where are the damn albums, man?
yeah,
Where are they at?
like this is kind of concerning. And
Also,
the
where's
next
where's the Triviums and the Ice Nine Kills and the the Metallicas of the releases? You know what I mean? Like the big names of releases that usually come out. Nowhere.
Where's Breaking Benjamin?
Where's Breaking Benjamin? Dude, we're in March for fuck's sake. Can we get some announcements at least?
Yeah, like even if they're like, yeah, this album ain't coming out until October, it's like, okay, I can sleep easy knowing that it's coming.
Yeah. At least it's
This
there.
waiting-
It's in the open.
Yeah, I don't know, but
But-
yeah, this year has not been that great. I would have to go back and look through just what came out the last 3 months, but I still don't even think there's enough to warrant like talking about the first quarter of 2024 with music. Like
We could, but we would have to take our restrictions off of it and discuss everything. Because, like I said, most of it's been singles.
Yeah.
And this,
I
like
guess
I said,
if
the singles have been cool, but
if we did like a total review, I mean, I guess that could work. But I mean, as of right now, the only thing I would be able to talk about is probably Judas Priest's new album, Invincible Shield.
yeah.
That's it. Like, I mean, because you said Slaughter to Prevail and stuff, which, yeah, I did dig that. But album-wise,
Yeah.
where is any of
Nowhere. Music videos. Music videos could be a thing, because I know Slaughter to Prevail put out a music video for that single, so that's cool. I know Darko did a music video for their... it's called Bunny Suit, I'm pretty sure is the name of the song.
Yeah.
They did a video for that, but again, nothing crazy. It's just them in a room. But Slaughter to Prevail, they did a full-on video with like actors and shit, and they had themselves set up in like a UFC, like an underground UFC fight kind of shit. It was a pretty cool video, to be honest. But
Yeah.
we could do just a general review of stuff in the music world, I guess. But until then,
Yeah.
let's just keep on going with the top 10 albums of the year, And next week we'll be doing 2003. It's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah.
And it only gets harder from here.
Yeah, like, seriously, I'm just trying to think, and I was like, yeah, I think 03 through 09 were, like, each one is just ridiculously harder than the last.
Yep.
So...
Yep.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and catch that. So we'll be taking a stroll down memory lane.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I know I've got some in my list that might even need some tweaking, because man, they're just so hard,
Oh,
But-
yeah.
Anyway, that'll do it for me. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Have a good one.